Welcome back to The Inspired Entrepreneur with Heather Hope. Hi guys, welcome back. This is Heather Hope. Thank you for joining me today. Happy Sunday, September 20th. I hope you're having a really awesome weekend. I kind of like weekends. I like weekends. What do I kind of like weekends? What are so bad about weekends, right? I work a lot. I don't want to say I work a lot. I love my work, so it's like I don't necessarily know what day it is. And doing a daily podcast, especially when I record them ahead of time, is not terribly helping my not knowing what day it is. But oh well, it doesn't matter. That's what calendars are for, and that's all I care about. Okay, so welcome back. So my name is Heather Hope, and this is the Inspired Entrepreneur Podcast. This is all about the law of attraction, the universe, source energy, with regards to your business. Not many people talk about this the way that I do. I don't know how many people do. I don't find any that are purists of Abraham. I've met lots of law of attraction coaches that are like, oh yes, everything Abraham, blah, blah, blah. And then I get to talk to them and they're talking about stuff that Abraham has debunked. And I'm like, you must not follow them very closely, or don't get very deep, or don't listen to everything they post. But anyway, I'm a purist. I do love Sanaya Roman. I have 6 of her books sitting on my desk right now. So that's how much I love her. But she didn't come along until early this year. No, not early this year, probably late last year. So she's late to my party, but she caught up really quick. So I'm a law of attraction business coach, mentor, teacher, inspirational writer, and speaker. And I recently wrote a book called The Inspired Podcast. That is not the name. The Inspired Entrepreneur. It's a daily inspirational book for the entrepreneur. So each day you flip to the next page and you get my little tidbit. It could be one sentence, it could be a few paragraphs of just that daily thing, kind of like a fortune cookie, kind of like, here's your fortune. You can flip to any page and just read it. You know what I mean? Like, I love doing stuff like that. Just flip to a page and see what it says, or follow along, or read the whole thing in one sitting, or whatever. You could read many days in one sitting and feel really good. It's helped me a few times in the last month of writing it, that I may go through it and just read it like a week's worth. And it really helped me for whatever I needed in that moment. So each day, this is a daily podcast. Each day we go through the day. So today is September 20th, and let's jump into it. But before we do, it's one sentence today. So that's good. It's a really fun one. I want to remind you that there's a couple links down below, wherever you're listening or watching this from, either on YouTube or on Anchor or any other platform for podcasts, or even Facebook. There should be a link, or 2 or 3 of one will be a PDF download that I wrote this summer. It's called The 7 Things You Must Stop Doing Today to Grow Your Business with the Law of Attraction. I was in a couple of business marketing groups, or courses, actually, places where I actually paid a bunch of money to be. And I was looking at all these people, or reading their posts of all the things that if they would stop doing, they would have a lot more success. And so I wrote like the top 7 things that kept popping up. I wrote them, and you can download it and see what I have to say that will help you, because this is just normal human stuff that we all do. We all do these things from time to time. I probably don't do any of them now because I've really worked on myself to not do these things, but most people do. Okay, so there's that link. There's the other link that you can check out, the Soulline Business Academy. It's a group coaching monthly membership that I put together in June of 2019, last summer. And it's a way to work with me that you can get all your questions answered. You can get coaching. You can get lessons every month. You get my course, Manifest Your Millionaire Life. A lot of my clients, they keep going through the course, every few months, and they're like, oh God, it helped again. And to tap into that energy, to, learn how to really manifest everything that you want. So it's all there. It's a monthly, you can pay for the year, you can pay monthly, and it's really affordable, in my opinion. I haven't raised the price, but you can jump in. My vision for that, I was talking a little bit about it yesterday in the podcast, of that my vision is to have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000 people in it one day, where it's like the safest place for people who are into this stuff to come and talk about it and get support and get that mindset, and where it's super safe to talk about all this stuff, because it's not really safe, for your well-being. Not well-being, that sounds like we're doing something super shady, which we're not. But when you go into a typical business marketing Facebook group, it's all regular humans who are talking about all these things that if you talk about, or if you focus on them, which you can find out in the 7 things you must stop doing, will hinder your success. There's tons of things that people are doing that hinder their success. Hinder it, limit it, not totally cut off, but they could if it's that bad. So, but you do get the training every month from me. You get the coaching calls from me every month, and it's the primary way that I work with clients, like a larger amount of clients. I don't do a whole lot of private coaching at this point. I do really high level private coaching, like multiple thousands of dollars a month private coaching. So it's that, or it's this for anybody, because I love having a ton of free time. I love to write books. I love to do this podcast. I love to do all kinds of content creation. And so I needed to free up my energy. Coaching can be a really tough thing to do because you're working with people and their vibration. And so I learned that from 12 years of being a therapist and then 6 years of being a coach. I learned it's not about like managing your energy, or it's about when you work with another person, your vibration can get mixed. You can have a mixed vibration when you start talking to people, especially about problems. I don't really like talking to people about problems anymore. I like talking about the future and solutions and like excitement and getting into the vortex and working from there. You know what I mean? Like, I'm totally done talking to people about all their problems. Like, I don't do it anymore. No offense, but it's like, if it's like, get into the vortex and then let's talk, because it's going to be so much more productive. Does that make sense? It's just when you really tap into this, you see the light. You're like, oh my God, this is truly amazing. And this is why so much of the stuff in the past didn't work. So, okay, so let's just jump into this, because, and I do want to give props. I've never said that in my life. It's really funny, the things that come out, to my puppy dog. If you've been listening to me from the very, very beginning, well, I started September 1st. Excuse me. If you've been listening to me, basically my dog always has to be out of my office when I record these, like every time. Because the first few days that I started recording these, he immediately would want out. And I would have to stop and let him out. And so it's just I keep him out of my office when I do my podcast. Today, because he's a Yorkie, and they're like known to be a little stubborn, and I love that. He has been sleeping in his bed. This is the second episode that I've recorded. The first one was like a half hour. This one, here we are. And he has been sound asleep in his bed the entire time. Like, he came into my office and I'm like, oh, you're in here. And he sat there like a little boy, little kid, looking up at me. And I'm like, are you going to stay? And he just looked at me. I'm like, okay, you got to stay in. And I shut the door, and he went over into his bed and he fell asleep. And first time. So this might be a thing that he's sitting with me when I record these, which I'm happy about because I don't like, locking him out. He's like my little child. He's so cute. Okay. If you want to see a picture of him, go over to my personal profile, Heather Hope. And it's up on my, he is just the cutest little teddy bear. We're two peas in a pod. Okay, 10 minutes in. Let's get going, Heather. Okay, so the quote for today, September 20th, I have good news for you. What you want is on its way. That's my message for you today. I have good news for you. What you want is on its way. And I love that I'm recording this today. Let me grab my drink real quick. I love that I'm recording this today. I love this. I love the synchronicities. I love all that. Because I screenshot an Abraham quote this morning that says, pure desire is, I want it, I got it, it's coming, I know it. That's pure desire. So that's a totally different quote. But I got that this morning and I took a nap. I got up like 6 a.m., like before 6 this morning. I don't know why. Got up for a while, had breakfast, eventually came back to bed. I'm like, I'm going back to sleep. And while I was sleeping, sometimes while I'm sleeping, like half asleep, I will recite some kind of affirmation, something that came to me, something that I've just felt resonance with. And it was, it's coming. It's either, I was either saying it's coming or it's on its way. I think I was saying it's on its way. Everything's on its way. Everything that I had been thinking about and looking at and envisioning, like all this stuff is on its way. Because Abraham tells us to get excited, to like know that it's like what's in vibrational form is, we need to look at it as if it's real physically. And that's hard for us, right? They tell us it's hard for us. Like what we see is what our reality is, right? And so they're like, when people say, how do I get the money out of the vortex and into my bank, right? Into actual physical form. And they're like, if you can believe that the vibrational currency, the vibrational nature is real, then it will come to you. If you can believe that it's real. And so a few days ago, I was thinking about this because I was, I've been looking at, remodeling our house here in Arizona and just coming up with all these really awesome ideas that I hadn't had before, which most people would be like, oh my God, it's going to cost a fortune. I can't do that, blah, 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 right? But I was in the bathroom. I was like brushing my teeth or something. And I'm like, why do I want this? Just because it's fun. And my bank account is unlimited. My bank account is the vortex. That's what I was telling myself. Like those are the thoughts that come to my mind. My bank account is unlimited. The more I tap into the vision of the things that I want without looking at a price tag and just know, hey, the vortex got it covered. You know what I mean? Like getting your mind to think like that will get you a lot closer to the things that you want. It's like you're believing in the vibrational reality of it. If you believe in the vibrational reality of it, it will become a physical reality soon. So they say, get excited about it coming, that it's coming. So my quote for today is, I have good news for you. What you want is on its way. Get excited. It's on its way. So keep telling yourself it's on its way. And what Abraham says, pure desire is, I want it, I got it, it's coming, I know it. It's coming. It's on its way. It's getting closer and closer and closer. What I want is getting closer. It's coming any day now. Any day now. If you can get into that, you're going to feel really good. Kind of piggybacking off of yesterday's quote about, it was, the closer you are to alignment with what you want, the calmer you feel. The more, like, you'll get excited. You'll have moments of, wow, this is really cool. You'll have those moments of just pure excitement. Like, yeah, I feel it. I feel it. I'm getting more and more ideas about it. And the money issue is going away. The thoughts about how the money is going to happen are going away. Eventually, you won't even like think about money. You won't even think about that that's even a factor in what you want. Because what you want, you can have because you want it. Do you get that? Do you feel that? Do you feel that yet? You can have it because you want it. For no other reason, just because you want it. Like remodeling this house and doing all these amazing things to the house for no real like economical gain. Like I do want to turn it into an Airbnb while we're out of the country. I think that'd be cool. I know that it would really pay off, but that's not really like I'm not in the mood to like start an Airbnb business. You know what I mean? Like it's something that I could do. I have my best friend that would be here to help run it and take care of it, day-to-day stuff. So, but it's fun. Like I told my husband, I'm like, so, you know, the reason why I want to do this is because it sounds so like so much fun just to build something, to create something, to make something that I really love, make it so much better. That's the reason to do it. There's like no reason not to do it. In my mind, there's no reason not to do it. Because I know that if I have a desire, the means for it will come in, meaning the money or the way, right? The means. I tell people all the time, take money out of the equation. I mean, that's what they tell us too, right? But to really take money out of it, because everybody thinks that it takes money to buy things or to get things, to acquire things. And I have acquired so many things without money. Like I didn't start, you know, this intention of like, I just want everything to be free. It was just, I don't know. I let it go and things came and without money. So I'm a firm believer because I've lived my life a lot in the last several years of not needing money for things. It's really mind-blowing. The things that you can actually acquire that can come to you without needing money to have them. It's really fascinating. Okay, so what you want is on its way. Write that down. Put it everywhere. What I want is on its way. It's on its way. And have that eager expectation, that eagerness of it, of like, wow, that's so cool. Have visions of it. Have daydreams about it daily. Think about it. Smile about it. Like, yeah, I want this. Yeah, the money's coming or the means coming. Somehow it's coming to me. If it's money, go with general affirmations about money. Yeah, I love, or abundance. Like, I love that abundance comes to me. I love that abundance is all around me. If you look outside, there's abundance all around you. Whether it's grass, trees, mountains, water, sand, rocks, animals, birds especially, they're in abundance. Whatever it is, you have a massive amount of abundance around you already. The sun, all of it. Work with that. I remember doing that originally, working with abundance and just really tapping into abundance and not money to really get on board with that vibration. Instead of saying, well, I want to manifest 10K a month. It's like, look at all this abundance. I have abundance everywhere. Abundance just flows to me. So what you want is on its way. Write it down that it's on its way as a reminder, because we need reminders. This is why I've got this book coming out. That's why, we need reminders to remind ourselves of what's really going on. Okay, guys, so I'm going to go. Have an amazing rest of your Sunday, and check out the download, check out the links, and leave a comment, leave a like. That's always cool. I've never asked for that before. So have a great rest of your weekend, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.